After all is said and done, it's estimated that more Americans turned out to vote yesterday than any midterm since the Vietnam War.
A record for a midterm election.
Tens of millions of people.
An overwhelming voter turnout.
Now, while we won't know final numbers for a while, the United States Election Project estimates more than 111 million people cast ballots, a 50-year high of 47%. Yes, a high of 47%, meaning 53% of people who could have voted decided to stay home, but still we're celebrating, because in most midterms, it's more like 60% of people who stay home. It is pitiful, it's pathetic, and in some countries, it's illegal. That's right. As the Washington Post explains, several countries around the world legally require their citizens to vote in elections, and staying home is a punishable offense. It's called compulsory voting. And in countries like Belgium, Turkey, Australia, people have to pay a fine if they don't make it to the polls. As a result, all three countries had turnout rates higher than 80% in recent years, more than 80%. Makes our 47% look even sadder, doesn't it? And that's why the U.S. should at least consider compulsory voting, too, along with other reforms like automatic voter registration, which we recently passed here in Massachusetts, weekend voting, voting by mail. You know, yesterday's record turnout is a decent step forward, but it's simply not good enough. Because like these non-voters from Tennessee told the Washington Post, there's always an excuse not to show up.
I just don't feel like I can make an informed decision.
I just think that it's a waste of my time, because whoever's going to get in office, it's going to be driven by capitalism, by big companies, big power companies.
Leo and Elizabeth, please. Here's my most important reform, though. You don't vote, you can't complain. There's no excuse not to, unless, of course, you're one of the brand new American citizens, look at that, naturalized at the JFK Library yesterday on Election Day, who were disappointed they weren't allowed to register in time to vote with the rest of us. They had a good excuse. The rest of us, not so much.